Okay. Attention everybody, this is Homer J. Simpson for another video, and this is more of an update, but I do want to talk about a few things that have changed involving the Child's Online Privacy Protection Act. So, yes, recently, well, not that recently, but like a month ago, since we're late on making the update, a month ago, they released further information on how to determine how to categorize a video, whether it would be rated for kids or not. So the details are less vague, and more people are able to determine whether their videos are for kids or not. And ours most likely seem like they wouldn't be for kids, but since most determining factors favor that option, but there are a few that don't. And this is where we would run into more issues here, because even though the FTC has done their best to make it so that it's clear whether videos are for kids or not, and we all know it's not their fault, it's actually YouTube. The FTC is trying to enforce the law for children's safety on the internet. And we believe the FTC is right in what they're doing, but YouTube is not in the way that they are putting this out to the creators when it was originally their fault for collecting children's data. So, number one, the big mistake they made was letting people under 13 create accounts on YouTube. And we know a few people who have done that. And yeah. So people under 13 on YouTube clearly are known as kids. And YouTube collects their data regardless of, whatever. So YouTube collects anyone's data if they have an account. They don't tend to collect data from guests. Like if you're a guest using YouTube and you are not signed in, they typically will not collect data. Because account data is used for, statistics on your channel if you own a channel. But it can also be used for favored and targeted ads. And that's the mistake YouTube made, which brought us to the whole COPPA thing. And now that it is really close to New Year's, and the law will take effect in January 1st, 2020, everyone has to decide whether their videos are for kids or not. And the FTC has a few more specific determining factors for this. So, usually the majority would be favorable, but we don't know in this case. And a few details are still pretty vague, however, they did make sure to specify if videos are for kids or not. And they also made sure to include general audiences this time. But we still think that YouTube is making a mistake with this. So the FTC recognizes that channels can be family-friendly, and they described that family-friendly channels do have the option to pick not for kids if their videos are not targeted for kids, or if the majority of their audience is not targeted for kids, like I will show you right here with this screenshot. So as you can tell by the screenshot, about 80 to 85% of our audience is actually over 18, meaning our videos are most likely not directed towards kids, but kids should still be able to watch the videos because they're family friendly. YouTube made the mistake in not giving us this option for family-friendly content. They want you to specify whether it is for kids, specifically people under 13, and only those type of people would be able to watch that content. Blech. Or if the content would be restricted to people 13 years or over. Obviously, with family-friendly content, neither would be neither would be the option for family-friendly content. Family-friendly content creators want everyone of all ages to see their content. And it doesn't matter if they're kids or not, because that's what family-friendly people are supposed to do. And that's the whole thing YouTube's been doing over the past year. And one of the biggest examples to use right here is Super Mario Logan, who has been making the mistake of making content that was appealing to kids, but it was too far directed towards adults. So YouTube started to demonetize and age-restrict the videos, telling him to be a little more family-friendly. And that's what he did. But now, the FTC comes in stating that YouTube violated the law of collecting children's data. And we understand where the FTC is coming from, but YouTube is going about this completely wrong. And even now, they still do not give us the option for family-friendly content. And this is one thing that everyone's been trying to do recently, is make it so their content is more family-friendly. And now, this could be the end of all family-friendly content. And there's still a slight chance that this may include ours. But we've recently done research on what the FTC considers as kids content. They would consider bright, vibrant colors to be kids content, and most people have thumbnails with those colors, and some people like to boost the saturation or contrast of their videos too to create filters and stuff. However, the FTC did make sure to specify that it is not directed for kids, even if a few of the things are true in what they state in their list to determine if content is kids-friendly content or not. And they said that it doesn't have to be one factor in order to make it kids content. Kids content doesn't have to follow only one factor. So they will not mark you down or take down your videos if it only follows 2 or 3 things that are on the kids content appropriate list. Just because maybe your video has vibrant colors in it, or maybe there are kid-appealing factors in the video, like what if there are toys in the video, it doesn't mean it's directed for kids, because the video could still be containing violence, the video could still be about adult topics, the video could still be not recommended for kids because maybe it's not educational, and most kid-friendly videos are educational in a way. And most of our videos are not really educational videos, they're made for entertainment purposes. And some videos are gaming videos, also for entertainment purposes. We do not do YouTube for education purposes. So, that would put us in the clear for content that's not directed for kids, since the FTC clearly specified that kids-friendly content would be educational in a way, but it doesn't have to be, because it can also be cartoons, animated characters, and all that. However, there are some animated characters, like animations, still could be directed towards adults, and they made sure to specify that as well. So the FTC has done a good job in clearing all of this up for us, but YouTube still makes this pretty vague, because they don't give us the family-friendly option. And what could they do for family-friendly option? Well, they could at least put a family-friendly option for people who make family-friendly content. And what they could do is maybe take down the comments section in the community tab, but leave everything else up. Because obviously we don't want kids to see mean and rude comments, and we don't want the community tab available to kids either. But everything else should still be available because it's a family-friendly channel. And one thing I might add is targeted ads should probably be removed if it's family-friendly content. And take it from us, we do not have monetization enabled quite yet. So, family-friendly content makers like us, I probably recommend, if you don't already have monetization enabled, don't turn it on. Leave monetization disabled. Sure, you're not going to make a lot of money, but it's best to leave that off if you're going to make family-friendly content starting from here and on. Or at least the 1st of January 2020. And if you do have monetization enabled, then good luck surviving this if you're going to select not for kids and your content is questionable. So, yeah. We still don't know why YouTube is doing this to family-friendly creators like us. They don't put a family-friendly option in there. They leave it out entirely. And now I should discuss what could possibly happen. The FTC's also updated us with the penalties that are possible. And they said if you're going to be fined, it'll be based on the financial, status of the channel. So, a channel like our channel that doesn't make money at all probably won't be fined at all. However, they still could take down the videos or the entire channel. So if this channel is gone within a few days, you'll know why. So we might make a rewind of all of our best moments just in case. But if they only flag each individual video, and the videos are going to be taken down like that, then obviously some of our content will survive, but some of it might not. And again, we're just using our own channel as an example since we really can't go anywhere else with this. Alright, I think it's rather important to throw this in. That COPPA is in itself a good thing, but the way it is being portrayed upon the creators is not. So technically, I have a little bit of good news for anyone who actually is a good content creator of YouTube. So there is a chance family-friendly content will survive now. And yeah, the good news I bring is that basically what happened is, since a bunch of us went to the FTC saying that not only was their description vague, but that this would be a bad way to settle things, they've updated the determining factors of kids' content and what isn't. So now people can easily determine whether the content is for kids or not. And yeah, that makes it so obviously we won't get screwed over. But there is still a ways to go before it is guaranteed that there is a good way to carry this out. So obviously, I'm just explaining what's the good news, but still there's a lot of things on the bad side too. One of those being that the creators selecting whether their content is for kids or not is not really helping a lot. Sure, it does regulate what YouTube shows only to kids and what YouTube shows only to people over 13. It does help to filter that out, but it still doesn't prevent them from showing ads to kids under 13. So why would they carry this out when they know it's not really going to help? Well, I have a solution to that. So basically, you're not allowed to have a YouTube account if you are 12 or under. So why can't YouTube just specify that when people are creating an account? They should just simply say you must be 13 or older to create an account. That's as simple as it can be. And then we wouldn't be in this whole mess if they had just done that. And if they've done that a long time ago, and not allowed anyone under 13 to create an account, this never would have happened. And YouTube never would have gotten sued. So I think that might be the best option, is to just restrict account creation to people over 13. Or actually 13 or over. Yeah. And I think that would be the best solution. At least better than what they're doing now. And if they've done this previously, then whatever's happening now probably wouldn't have happened in the first place. That's really all I've got to say. So, I hope YouTube is able to fix this problem. I hope we're able to get out of this mess. And I hope that many content creators out there will survive. And some of them have had a bad history with demonetization and copyright. And it's less likely that people who have had bad copyright history will be affected by this as much as people who have had demonetization and age restriction on their videos. And that has never happened to us, one, because we've not enabled monetization, and two, because our content is always family friendly. So it is likely we'll survive, but in the event that we don't, then yeah, the channel will be gone. And a lot of people are quitting YouTube just because of this. And others are staying and hoping for the best. We are going to stay and hope for the best. Now, is there a chance that YouTube might not completely die from this? We don't know yet. We're gonna have to wait and see. But there is a chance that YouTube is going to completely die after this has taken effect. Because channels will start disappearing, and videos will start disappearing as well. And YouTube will get far smaller than it is right now. And it's been growing ever since it's became a thing. But this could be the end to its growing and the start to its shrinking. Unless this whole thing is reversed. And YouTube just follows the one simple step to just put it up there that you are not allowed to make an account unless you're 13 or older. So, if they've done that in the first place, this never would have happened. And I really have to make that point clear. Because it's the #1 solution to everything right now. And if they can do that, there will be no need for any of this other stuff they're doing. And with that, I will conclude this video, because that is the #1 point I can make, is it's all YouTube's fault, and it is not the creator's fault. And the FTC is just trying to make things right. YouTube is the one that messed up, not us. So please, guys, make it clear to them that they should just restrict accounts to people 13 or older. Send a message to YouTube or something and tell them the simple solution is just to make it so that people under 13 cannot create an account. I don't know why they did not think of this before, but hopefully now they do. That's all I got for the video. Hopefully the channel survives. Hopefully YouTube as a whole survives, even after they've done this to us. Thanks for watching. Have a nice night.